Well, hi there, folk. Welcome to another session of Mathematical Literacy. But today we're going to look at loans. Why people take a loan from a bank. Why do we do that? Well, obviously we take a loan if we don't have the money, and we need money right now. So let's have a look at this quickly. People borrow money when they need it for either luxuries, such as a holiday, or when money is desperately needed, such as for an unforeseen circumstance, such as a broken down vehicle. Okay, so people go off to a bank and they go to a bank manager and they say, listen, buddy, I really need some money. And the bank manager is going to say, well, what do you need this money for, you know? And you say either one of two things. Either, you know what, I've had a rough year, things have really gone rough, I need to go on holiday. And I don't have the money up front, so what I was thinking is if I borrow some money from you and go on this holiday, when I get back from my holiday, I can pay you back a little bit every month until I've paid off that entire loan. Or we go to a bank manager and say, holy cow, my wife was driving my car, she's like messed up the entire engine. I need a car desperately because I got to get to this TV studio to do these recordings, you see. And I really need my car, but I can't have a car until they fix it up. And I need 20,000 Rand urgently to fix up this car. Can you lend me 20,000 Rand? Bank manager will say, oh, sure. They'll check out my records. Can we trust this guy? Will he pay the money back? They get hold of my employer. How's it? We just want to confirm that Mr. Templeton is actually working for you and that he gets a salary. Yeah, he does. Okay, great. Right, Mr. Templeton, we know you're working. We know you're earning a certain amount of money. We know you can pay us back a little bit every month. Here's the 20,000 Rand. Good luck. Go fix up your car. I go off to a mechanic, say, here's 20,000 bucks, fix up my car. Mechanic looks at my car and says, yes, like, what did your wife do here? Okay, fixes up the car. I can now travel to work every single day. And at the end of every month, for the next few months, I can pay a little bit of money until I paid off that 20,000 Rand. And obviously, I'm also paying off some interest on that 20,000 Rand. Okay, we understand what a loan is. We understand how we go about getting those loans, and we also understand now the reasons for having to take out those loans. Let's have a look at an example here. Now, when we take out a loan, the banks normally give us an interest rate, and then there's some companies that will give us a table and say this is how you can calculate, or this is how you can see what your repayments are going to be every month. So let's have a look at an example like that. The table below is an extract from a letter from Sanlam to Mr. Moloki. It shows the amounts that are available on instant loan from Sanlam and the repayment involved. So it says, dear Mr. Moloki, as a valid customer, we are pleased to be able to offer you a personal loan at the following rates. And they give him this table. Now, let's look at this table and let's try and understand this table. Because, folk, you've got to know how to interpret tables like this. You could get one at the end of your year exam. So, having a look at it, we can see that in my first column, I have a whole lot of figures, and these are my loan amounts. So, if I'm borrowing 4,000 Rand, or I can borrow 8,000 or 16,000 or 25,000. Now, normally, these tables are given as a guideline. Okay, you could say, geez, like guys, I don't need 25,000, but I need more than 16. I want 20,000 Rand. Okay, please calculate the interest for me, and they will do, or calculate the repayments, and the company will do that for you. This is given as a guideline so you can get an idea on what you'd be repaying. Now, according to this table, this company says we can loan you the money over a 24-month period. In other words, you've got 24 months to pay back this money. Or we can give it to you over a 36-month period, a 48-month period, or a 60-month period. So those months are saying how long it will take us to pay back that loan. And it's at your discretion. In other words, it's your decision how you wanting to pay that loan back. So let's pretend we're borrowing 4,000 Rand. If I'm borrowing 4,000 Rand, I'm going to look at one of these figures that I'm underlining over now. If I borrow 4,000 Rand for 24 months, I've got to give them 229 Rand over that 24-month period. If I'm borrowing the money for 36 months, I'm going to have to pay 174 Rand for 36 months. 48 months, I'm only paying 147 Rand a month. 60 months, I'm only paying 131 Rand a month. So take note that my figures are getting smaller here. Check here, for 24 months, I'm paying 229 Rand. If I do it over 6 months, I'm only paying 131 Rand a month. Now that sounds very attractive, but do remember the following. This 229 may seem a lot more, but you're only paying it for 24 months. The 131 Rand seems a little bit amount of money to pay back, but you're paying it for 60 months. Now, because you do mathematical literacy, you're going to be able to calculate which is the better option. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this example. So these loan repayments include a monthly prelim of 3.95 Rand per 1,000 Rand of the loan and a monthly administration fee of 9.50 Rand for your optional personal protection plan. So all these figures include 3.95 Rand for every 1,000 Rand and an admin fee of 9.50 Rand per month. Okay. Answer the following questions. Now, Mr. Moleki chooses to borrow 16,000 Rand and he's going to do it over 24 months. He also wants to see what happens if I borrow the 16,000 over 60 months. And that's exactly what we are going to do now. So let's have a look back at our table and we're going to say for 16,000 Rand, this figure over here, we're going to borrow it for 24 months or we're going to borrow it for 60 months. Let's see which is the better option. So in borrowing it for 16,000, if borrowing 16,000 over 24 months, we're going to have to pay back 864 Rand. So borrowing 864 Rand, and remember, we've got to pay it back over 24 months. Let's just have a look at that. 24 months. So how much would he have paid back in total? According to our calculator, 864 Rand multiplied by 24 months means he's paying back 20,736 Rand. So that's 20,736 Rand. Quite a bit of extra money he's paid off, isn't it? If I subtract the 16,000 that he borrowed, so we say that amount minus the 16,000, you can see that he's paid an extra 4,736 Rand. 4,736 Rand is what he's paid in interest from borrowing that 16,000 over a period of 24 months. And 24 months, as you know, is 2 years. Now, we're going to say, well, what happens if he borrows the money over 60 months? And we go back to our table and we look at our table and we say, well, if we're borrowing it over 60 months, we're only paying 470 Rand a month. That's kind of cool, hey? A lot less than 864. So let's go here and we say, right, let's put in the 470 Rand in my calculation. Out comes my calculator and I'm going to say, right, we've got 470 Rand. We're going to multiply that by 60 and we get 28,200 Rand. Now, folks, that's a lot of money that we've actually got to pay out. Okay, what was it again? It was 28,200 Rand. 28,200 Rand. If we subtract the 16,000, you will see that we're paying an extra 12,200 Rand. So, when I look at this, although this figure of 470 Rand is a lot less than 864 Rand, because I'm paying it for a longer period of time, I'm going to land up paying a lot more money. If I took it for 24 months, the interest he's going to charge me is 4,736 Rand. If I do it over 60 months, and 60 months is 5 years, I'm going to be paying back a total interest of 12,200 Rand. So what would make a person take it over 60 months instead of 24 months? Why would people take a loan over a longer period of time if they're going to pay back so much more? Well, people would do that because the monthly repayments are a lot less. And sometimes people say, right, I need 16,000 Rand urgently. Why? Because my wife drove my car. Say no more. I need money for a mechanic. Okay? 16,000 Rand I need straight away. Now, when I look at my monthly budget, I see that at the end of every month, I've got 500 Rand extra. So now when I take out this loan, I would be able to afford 470 Rand a month. I won't be able to afford 864 Rand a month because I've only got 500 Rand at the end of every month. So I'm now forced in a position of taking this loan over 60 months. Does mean I'm paying extra interest in a big way, but folk, you know what? Under these circumstances, I have to do that. But the point that you need to understand is this, that when I take out a loan, don't be fooled by these smaller numbers. Don't look at these and say, yes, that's so small, just like that's so big, I'm going to take this route. Okay? If I can afford to pay a loan off in a much shorter period of time, it's going to benefit me big way. You guys are lucky because you're doing mathematical literacy and you've now learned this. So when I go and get a loan one day, I am going to take a loan for a much shorter period of time because I'll be paying back a lot less. All right, let's have a look at another example. Masima wants to buy an LCD TV and saw it advertised at 25,000 Rand. Yes, like it must be a huge TV, eh? She does not have enough money to pay cash for the TV, so she has the option of either taking a loan from a micro lender or paying by means of an installment sale. In other words, hire purchase. And in a few series before this, we looked at hire purchase. Suppose Masima borrows 25,000 Rand from a micro lender to pay for the TV. The amount she has to repay every month depends on the length of time she takes to repay the loan, and we've already discussed that. The table below shows the different options she can choose. So here we go, she's going to borrow 25,000. If she borrows it over 12 months, her monthly installments are going to be 2,283 Rand. Remembering, there's a monthly fee of 57 Rand, and in this case, it's not included in this figure because they're showing it separately. There's an initiation fee of 1,140 Rand, okay? So I go to the bank and I say to them, listen, I want to borrow 25,000 Rand. I'm going to pay it back over 12 months. How much do I pay you? And the bank says, well, we got good news, we got bad news. The good news is you only have to pay us 1,140 Rand a month back. However, we are going to charge you an admin fee of 57 Rand because we've got to kind of calculate produce an account statement for you. It takes us time to do that all, and then we've got to print it out. That costs us money. We've then got to put it in an envelope. That costs us money. We've then got to post it off to you. That costs money. In fact, we're just going to charge you extra 57 Rand a month just for all the admin we do. So besides paying the 1,140, you are also going to pay us 57 Rand a month. Sorry, besides paying 2,283, you're also paying 57. So what is this 1,140 Rand then that we got to pay? Well, that is an initiation fee. That's the fee I got to pay up just for wanting to take the loan. So that doesn't form part of the monthly repayments. I just go and I say, I want to borrow 25,000. They say, cool, it's going to cost you 2,283 a month plus 57 Rand a month. Oh, and by the way, just because we're so nice and we're giving you the loan, you're going to pay us a fee of 1,140 Rand. An initiation fee, it's a once-off payment. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Initiation fee is the amount charged by the microlender to process the loan application, and it's payable when the loan has been approved. A monthly installment is the amount paid monthly, and a monthly admin fee is an additional cost that is added to the monthly installment. The total amount to be repaid is the initiation fee plus the number of installments times the monthly installment plus an admin fee. So when I look at this table again, let's look at a 42 months. I go to the bank, say I want to borrow money. I want to borrow 25,000 for 42 months. They say, cool, before you do anything, you're going to give us 1,140 Rand for us just to process the loan. Added to that, you're going to give us a monthly installment of a certain amount of money, okay, and in this case, we're going to have to calculate that later on, and every month, 57 Rand a month admin fee. It means in total, for that 25,000, you're going to be paying back 48,534 Rand and 6 cents. Take note, the longer I take the loan for, the more I'm going to land up paying. 12 months, I'll pay back 29,220. 42 months, I'll be paying back 48,534 Rand and 6 cents. Okay, now use a formula to calculate the missing values of A. So let's have a look here again at this. So I'm going to try and calculate that value of A, and I told you they would ask us to do that. So I've got a full amount of 48,000, and I'm going to do it right here on the screen where all the figures are. I owe them 48,534 Rand and 6 cents. But from that, I've got to subtract the initiation fee of 1,140 Rand. So let's put that up on our calculator. We have got 48,534 Rand and 6 cents. From that, we're subtracting the 1,140 Rand. Means we are going to pay back 47,394 Rand and 6 cents. Okay, 47,394 Rand. Let's write that down. 47,000, and already the man's getting old, 394 Rand and 6 cents. So that's how much I've got to pay back. But every month they're taking away 57 Rand. So from that, I'm going to subtract 57 Rand, and it's over 42 months. So for 42 months, I'm paying back 57 Rand. So let's do that, guys. That's the amount we owe. We're going to subtract 57 Rand times those 42 months, and the amount that's outstanding still is 45,000 Rand and 6 cents. So we owe 45,000 Rand and 6 cents. So we've taken this amount of 48,000, we've taken off the 1,140, we've taken off the 57 Rand a month, and that leaves me with that figure. And that figure is 45,000 Rand and 6 cents. But we are saying monthly. So how many months do we have to pay that off? We've got 42 months. So let's divide that by 42, and that'll tell us our monthly repayment. Divided by 42 equals, and that's how much money we got to pay back. 1,071 Rand and 43 cents. Okay? Right, folk. That's all about loans. Remember, if they never gave me this figure of 35,916, how would I calculate it? I would say 57 Rand times 18 and get an amount. 1,875 Rand times 18, get amount. Then I would say that figure plus that answer, and that would give me my 35,916 Rand. Okay. Hopefully, if you do have to take out a loan one day, it'll be for something fantastic, like a great holiday, and not for something urgent, like fixing up a motor car. All right, so in this session then, what have we done? We have said We've looked at various reasons that people take loans, and we've worked with loan tables. We've also calculated the amount owed from taking a loan. I will see you after the break.